Hey friends, and welcome back to Coffee with My Sunshine. Today we are going to be working on some thrift flip and Dollar Tree DIYs. Also, if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join my YouTube family. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start with this basket that I've had for quite a while. It was thrifted. I can't really remember who thrifted this, but I got it handed down to me, and it's been this gray color for since I got it, and it's just chipping off. So I decided I wanted it kind of back to like a more basket color. So I am taking this, it's like a creamy white color, and adding a little bit of baking soda. That way I get that chalky texture. And I'm going to give it a good coat. I'm not going to, try and get in the little crevices and stuff because I want some of the gray to poke through. So after that had dried, because I don't have any of the darker color antique wax, I thought I would try and make my own. I don't know if this is the same like texture and consistency, but I'm taking some brown chalk paint that had kind of dried up on me. Obviously, you can see it's kind of clumpy there. And it was a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. So I'm adding a little bit of orange along with the brown and the antique wax, which is kind of like a creamy white color. And then I am just coating over a good portion of the basket. I didn't want to completely cover the light color or the gray. I wanted, just like a different depths of color. I should have used the big brush for this, but it took quite a while. This is not the color I wanted. I wanted more like an orangey brown, not so, I don't know, it's like a purpley brown, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'll go over it with just a little bit of orange mixed in with the wax. We'll see. So after I got some of the brown on there, like I said, I wasn't too happy with it. It was coming out more of like a grayish purpley brown. So that's why I added a lot of the orange, because I wanted it, like the basket color, like the wicker color. And this is kind of a fun thing to do with baskets and stuff, because you can just keep layering until you get the color combination that you want. And this was before it had completely dried, so it looked a little bit darker, but I'm happy with it overall. I didn't paint the inside, but I think I'm going to. So let me know what you guys think of how it turned out. For this next one, I'm taking this vase that I got from Goodwill, some sawdust that my husband brought home from work because he knew I could do something with it. So you could just get some out of your garage or whatever. And I'm adding it to this paint. We had just painted my son's room, and that's what was left over. There was barely enough to use in the bottom, so I thought I would, use it up. And I was trying to go for, I'll show you in a little bit, a picture of this vase that I saw that I really, really liked. It was super textured, almost looked like rusty, but also like chunky. I don't know. I'll show you in a minute. But I just went over the vase, and first I started like brushing it on like it was just paint, but it wasn't leaving enough of the texture. And I also added a little bit of baking soda. I don't know if you saw that, because I didn't want it to be shiny. So then after I was brushing on, I didn't really like it. So I started dabbing the brush into the paint can with all the wood chips or sawdust, and just started blotting it on the vase. And it was leaving some big chunks, which I was super excited about. I'm definitely going to be playing with the sawdust more in texturing because I really, really like how it turned out after it dried. I think I'm going to try and layer it next time and do like some really, really thick chunks. So let me know what you guys have used for texturing paint and stuff. I'm going to be using sand coming up soon. Somebody told me to use salt, which I thought was a brilliant idea. I just want to start playing with different textures. So what kind of things have you guys used? So after it had dried, I took some brown paint on a dry brush and I'm just kind of dabbing it all over just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I'll show you here in a second that picture I was talking about. But I think it's well on its way to looking how I wanted it to. And I wanted to do more of the darker color, like in certain spots, like at the top and a little bit more at the bottom. I just think these old vases look really cool. And they really could go with any decor style. So I'm using a little bit of gold, black, and more brown just to give it, you know, some different colors. And this time around I'm using a sponge to add the gold and the black. And you could even rub it on, you don't have to dab it on. And kind of like the basket, you just keep layering until you're happy with the color combination and the depth that you get. This is the vase that I was like in love with. It was a little bit darker than I wanted to go, but I loved the texture on there. And here it is all finished. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you guys think. And if you're new here, I would love for you to pop in the comments and say hi. And if you like this video, please share it, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out more than you know. And also, like I say in every video, I would love to hear your comments for new video ideas. So for this last one, I am using this Christmas Dollar Tree sign, and I'm just going to be painting it white to start off with and using some stencils. I will try and list those in the description box. I got those for Christmas this year. I just kind of gave it a rough coat because I wanted it to look, you know, a little bit worn. And I didn't feel like doing any sanding or anything. This one actually gave me some troubles with the stencils and stuff, but you'll see how I fixed it. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I like doing stencils with sponges or the sponge brushes, which are my favorite because those are easier to control and you can get like different sizes. But I don't have any. I accidentally left them with paint on them, so they dried and were ruined. So I'm using this sponge, but I don't have as much control over, you know, where the paint goes. So I had some mistakes I had to fill in. And this is where I was kind of started to have my troubles. I don't know if you can see the black up above the letters, but then I noticed the H was a really weird size. It didn't go with the rest of the letters. So my husband gave me the idea of painting over the C and the H, but I wanted to sand it off as much as I could so that, you know, the color wouldn't poke through. And then I went over it with some white paint And as you can see, right above the word happy, I had to do the same thing because I didn't like how the letters were turning out. So I'm just adding some more of that white paint over it, and then I'm going to, after it dries, I'm going to sand it a little bit so it blends in better. So my husband suggested using the N in the stencils because it was more like it matched the size of the other letters a little bit better. So I'm stenciling part of the N on, and then I'm going to take that same stencil and extend it up so that I can use the top part as like the H. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than the H that came with it. And originally I was going to leave it like that, but I didn't like that space in between choose and happy. So I'm taking some of this green paint. I'm loving this sage green color. And just stenciling in some of these leaves. And this didn't even turn out exactly how I wanted. So I had to add like a little flower in the center, but in the end, I really like it. And then I just took some of this twine and made a little hanger at the top. And I think it's super cute. Let me know your guys' thoughts and also your new video ideas. And yeah, just pop in and say hi. I would love to chit chat. Thanks so much for all your love and support, guys. And I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you Sunday for my Trash to Treasure challenge. Bye.